Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
That was terrible.
Three under on the day. Drop shot. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in it. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
time.
Frank just never really adjusted to these changing winds.
They have been a problem for everybody out there, but once again, smart shot selection. You don't have to aim every shot at the flag today.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
Second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So he's hit it inside 30 feet, not his best, but still a chance.
Yeah, the odd 28-footer, and that's exactly what it is. I've seen a few of those go down.
Frank, it looks simple enough, this approach shot to the 10th hole, but it can be tricky. Why?
Just the general terrain or slope of this green. Everything slopes from the front right of the screen to the back left. So not only do you get huge breaking putts here, but it's so difficult with a long club to keep that second shot on the green.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh my goodness, that one just rocketed by the hole. It's actually on the fringe right now. Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
He's putting for par now. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and just something so simple, completely wrong.
So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Two under on the day. Moving on to the 11th hole here at Oakmont, par 4, 379 yards. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Frank, 379-yard hole. You're thinking, I need to make 3 or I need to stuff a short iron in there. But you think there's a price to pay if you get too aggressive here.
There is, especially in a US Open. Once the greens are firm and this fast, the penalty for missing your spot becomes that much more severe. It's very evident here at 11. There's just enough undulation, enough slope from back to front that means you've got to be on the number on your second shot.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
This is an awkward length.
Thought he made that. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Settles in over the putt. Can't make them all. That one gets away. For the par. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards.
There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right, there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you know this game can just take the wind out of your sails. Tough sport.
Everybody would love to drive it down the middle of the fairway, knock it at 10 feet and make the putt. We know it's not always going to happen, but play to your strengths. You might be chipping well. You might knock the odd 30-footer in. You don't have to play perfectly to make a good score. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Second shot.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. So Frankie is leaning, and it appears as though this one's headed a bit right.
Yeah, just came out of it.
Birdie try up next. Now his third, staring right at the green. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. That was not a very good read right there. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. So they'll tap in. So after all that, it's a bogey. Has it. He's 2 under par. Well, Frank, what about this par 3 13th? Measures 183 yards.
It has a little bit of a crescent-shaped green, but it looks like the green should shape that way, but the actual contours of the green go in the opposite direction. The only good thing about that is chances are you've got an uphill putt.
Frank, what happened there on the approach?
It was a poor decision, and let's see now. Got to think this one out a little bit better than that second shot, see if you can get it up and down.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Saw a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
It's no snack, though.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
And getting ready for the putt. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Now 1 under for the round. Just a couple of feet. Been a rocky round. Pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpet.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Let's see what happens now with this second shot to the short par 4 14th. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can you do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
So just a formality here. So with that, the score is now at even par. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. It's a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Getting set now over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. This golf course playing tough today. They're at 7 over. Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole. You have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of the screen. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part.
Second shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Has this now for bogey. It drops. Now at one over par. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Frank, here we are at the 17th. It's only 313 yards. That's par 4, by the way. Nowadays, that could be a par 3. What's the right way to play this hole, or does it simply depend on where you are in the championship?
I think it depends on where you are in the championship. Sometimes people try and hit drivers at drivable par 4s. Believe it or not necessarily to make birdie, but it's the easiest option to make 4. One of the problems here at 17, if you do lay it up and the flag is on the right side, you turn it into a very, very difficult short par 4. And that's the reason why people often try and drive these games.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just trying to aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. That's just downright embarrassing. On the putting surface, and now off on the fringe? Wow. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
You almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. Couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell. Seen some long tee shots, but the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. What a display of shot-making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, that looked good to me. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Just a couple of feet. Solid effort today, round of 72. Just the tap in to finish the hole. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can you do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.